This is how she's looking now. So the front axle, radius arms, track rod end, steering arms are back on. I put in some oil into the engine last night. I used this mineral oil, SAE 30. That's what would have been in it from factory. So the next job now, since I can't get this seal, won't be able to get it for a while, I found this old seal, so I'm just going to try and see if I can even doctor that into it, just anyway at all, because I know when this engine starts it will be churning oil around the place. So I'll fit this back on, even if that seal doesn't fit. I'll just put a bit of cloth or something around it just in case it leaks. To set the timing on this, I use a bulb. So at the moment we've got to try and, the points are open, so I've got to turn this back until that light comes on. So that means the points are closed. One side of the bulb is getting positive and the other side's getting negative through earth and through the points. So I've got to turn this distributor ever so slightly until that goes off. And that means the points are just about opening. So that is where we want our timing to be. Now, one thing I did notice that's a little bit strange is this wire is fairly well stretched, and it wasn't before. So I'm not sure. I'm after checking it and making sure I haven't timed it 180 degrees out. I just find that's a bit interesting now that it's a bit stretched. I don't know how, it's not too bad, but it is stretched, it's under pressure. So if I have to, I'll fit the other one, but it should be okay for a start, but it's just one of them things I thought was strange. So that's the ignition system put back on with these lovely new spark plug leads. Timing set, even though I'm a little bit, I remember this used to line up nearly with that, so that looks a bit strange. But look, I've turned the petrol on, it's full of water. I'm going to try it for a start now and see how I get on. So this is the head gaskets that I fitted on the tractor there the other day, and it had to come off again, unfortunately. We're back down to bores again. It was leaking water at the back in that corner in there. As you can see, the block isn't great, but the head gasket usually takes that out of it. That's not, you know, that's not unusual to have that sort of, those marks and stuff. There's plenty of meat there. The gasket should be able to take up. So what I'm after doing is I'm after sending the head off to get skimmed. We gave it a quick check up on the bench in the machine shop, and he said, yeah, definitely is a little bit warped. I would have preferred for him to say it was more warped than it was. So anyway, what I'm starting to do is just starting to look through my box of parts and just literally try and keep going with the vintaging in some way, shape or form. So I'm doing up these old brass block drain taps for the coolant. So I'm just stripping them down, and this one here I'm after fitting in this kind of a brass washer in there. I'm after matching up a bit of a spring, and it's meant to look something like that. So the spring keeps this lad that's on a wedge wedged into there. So I'm going to clean all them up, and some people say to put some metal polish on that wedge and just put it in there and give it a good spin after you've cleaned it out, left and right, and work it in until eventually it'll seal. So that's all I'm at really now until I hear more from the machine shop. So after putting on the metal polish and giving it a twist in there, it was nice and free at the start, and then it started gripping like hell. So I'm going to try that now and see is it actually going to seal. So that's the tap for the block. I put on that spring and tapped on a little washer over the end of it there, holding on. It seems to be holding water, letting water out, so it is twisting and all well, and that's the one that was on it. So I might just give that a bit of a clean up when I'm looking for something to do, waiting for the head to get skimmed. But two more parts anyway that I can be doing something with.